Hello, my friends. Good to see you again. This is 7 English Bible School. Thanks for joining us. And once again, your presence means a lot to me. God bless you and keep you.
Scientists at UK Biobank found that 88% of participants, nearly 9 in 10, who started off with antibodies still had them 6 months later.
I think these findings are really good news because it does suggest that people who have been infected with the virus may have some degree of protection against another infection for some considerable time.
The study also suggesting that the vaccine can reduce the spread of COVID by as much as 67% after one dose, suggesting those vaccinated are unlikely to infect others.
While there's jubilation at the vaccine, there are still obstacles ahead. It's too early to take a break. Sleeves up. Syringes ready. Vaccine in. Army medics filling this church hall in Chingford. They'd done 400 by lunchtime. No hanging about.
Obviously a lot of people are shocked that we're here, but then they're also so thankful that we're here.
Literally come out of their house just for this vaccination, and they've literally turned around and said, look, we can't thank you enough. And I can't tell you how much that resonates with each and every one of us.
Now the whole country has hit the 10 million mark.
We have today passed the milestone of 10 million vaccinations in the United Kingdom, including almost 90% of those aged 75 and over in England.
Whether a church hall, a town hall, a temple or a car park at a leisure centre, there are more and more places right round the country where the vaccine is on offer, helping to loosen the grip the pandemic has had on our country for such a long time.
Are you sure the vaccines work on all the variants, Prime Minister?
He's accused of leaving a gap where more dangerous versions of the disease could creep in. Boris Johnson promised travellers arriving from 30 at-risk countries would have to stay in hotels at airports for 10 days. But there's no date for when that will start, and Labour wants every country on the list.
With new variants in the country, our schools are shut and our borders are open. 21,000 people are coming into this country every day. The Prime Minister's new border arrangements are still weeks away from being implemented.
And the government admitted today at least 20,000 people instructed to isolate with the disease aren't doing so. Therese came out for the first time for many months for her vaccine, but understands why others might break the rules.
There are people still going to work because they need the money. They're not doing it to deliberately say, I don't care.
The majority of people will not self-isolate because of lockdown fatigue, not clear messaging from the government.
Was it clear today?
Can you give a firm date for when hotel quarantine will start, and will you offer more help for people who just can't afford to isolate? If not, aren't you leaving two big holes in our defences?
We have among the toughest border regimes now anywhere in the world. We're restricting as much as we can any risk of importing new infection into this country without totally secluding the UK economy.
The scientists at Oxford who created the AstraZeneca vaccine are continually monitoring how coronavirus is evolving. The current vaccine is thought to give good protection against new variants, but they're working on tweaking the jab to make it future-proof. The scientist who's leading the research says it's relatively simple to redesign the vaccine.
It's not difficult to put a different antigenic insert into the vaccine. So we don't want to panic and say that we must have a new version of the vaccine now. But on the other hand, we are getting prepared so that if it turns out we do need a new version, it will be ready to start using it.
Those on the Oxford vaccine trials were shown to have 76% protection from a single dose, which lasted 3 months, rising to 82% protection with the second shot. It's also the first time a COVID vaccine has been shown to reduce transmission of coronavirus. Those immunised were much less likely to test positive for infection, cutting the risk of them passing the virus on to others. But what about those who've actually had COVID? They want to know how long they may be protected against subsequent infection. A study involving nearly 20,000 volunteers may provide at least part of the answer. Like the other participants, I was asked to send off a few drops of my blood every month to a lab. Scientists at UK Biobank found that 88% of participants, nearly 9 in 10, who started off with antibodies still had them 6 months later.
I think these findings are really good news because it does suggest that people who have been infected with the virus may have some degree of protection against another infection for some considerable time. And I think what we'd really like to know next is how long does this natural immunity last for beyond 6 months?
Scientists think vaccines are likely to offer much stronger protection than natural infection. So a key message is to get immunized, even if you've already had COVID, to boost your immunity and maybe protect others.
Alright, that's it. This is what the media says. Probably there are pros and cons, but now let's check out some comments. If you are more interested in more information, please leave a comment and I will check out and respond. Once again, thanks for watching. Peace be with you.